Hey everyone, your angling buddy here, ready to dive into our fishing forecast for Ireland on November 21st, 2025. What a day this is shaping up to be, my friends. A truly special one for those who understand the subtle whispers of the water. We're talking about a day where patience and the right approach could lead to some truly memorable catches, especially for our toothy friends and some migrating beauties. Stick around because I'm going to share some tactics that will put you right on the fish, despite what the calendar might tell you about late autumn. You won't want to miss my little tricks for this specific day. Let's talk about the stars of our show for this cool November day. Firstly, our magnificent pike. This is their time, my friends. As water temperatures drop and the summer's lush vegetation starts to break down, these predators become incredibly active, building up reserves for the lean winter months ahead. You'll want to target them in the shallower areas, especially where you find remnants of old weed beds. Why? Because that's where the baitfish are rooting around for food, making it an easy ambush point for a hungry pike. For tackle, a medium-heavy spinning rod with a good quality reel, spooled with braid, is your best bet. Think large, articulated swim baits or soft plastics, twitched slowly to imitate a struggling baitfish. Don't be afraid to experiment with dead baits too, fished under a float or on the bottom. Remember, a slow retrieve is often key in colder water. Next up, for those chasing a challenge, are the larger Brown Trout. Specifically the lake-run varieties like Cronine and Dolligan. Now, many trout fisheries are closing down, but these bigger fish are on the move in rivers, fueled by reproductive urges and a desperate need to feed. They're aggressive and they're looking for a substantial meal. For them, I recommend a stout fly rod, maybe a 7 or 8 weight, and heavy streamers. Think dark patterns, 4 inches or more, imitating smaller fish. Cast these into deeper runs, around structure, and along current seams. A quick, jerky retrieve can often trigger an aggressive strike. Look for them particularly where rivers meet lakes, or in the deeper pools within river systems where they might be staging. Finally, let's not forget perch. These striped bandits are also packing on weight for winter and will be active in larger lofts and river systems. They often shoal up, so if you find one, you'll likely find more. A light spinning rod with small jigs, soft plastics, or even a simple worm on a drop-shot rig can be deadly. Target them around submerged structures, drop-offs, and in deeper channels. Now for the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base that underpins our forecast. On November 21st, 2025, Ireland is looking at some classic late autumn weather. Air temperatures will hover around 9 to 7 degrees Celsius during the day, dropping to a chilly 7 to 1 degrees Celsius at night, with some areas potentially even touching -2 degrees Celsius. We can expect patchy to moderate rain throughout the day, with precipitation ranging from about 1 to 5.3 millimeters. Wind will be light, around 4 kilometers per hour. This light wind and potentially stable or slightly falling atmospheric pressure, combined with cooling temperatures, will push many fish, especially baitfish, into deeper, more stable water, or tight to structure. Predatory fish, however, will be on the hunt, taking advantage of slower, less energetic prey. Water temperatures across Ireland's coastal waters will average around 12 to 13 degrees Celsius, with inland lakes and rivers likely in a similar range or slightly cooler. This cooling water stimulates the pre-winter feeding binge for many species, particularly pike. Fish metabolism slows down, meaning they're looking for energy-efficient meals, preferring larger, easier targets rather than expending effort chasing small fry. As for the celestial influence on this day, November 21st, 2025, we have a waxing crescent moon. It's only about 1 to 2% illuminated, a mere sliver in the sky, and just 1 to 2 days old in its lunar cycle. While some anglers believe the new moon phase, which we've just passed, and the very early crescent can indicate quieter periods, it's also a time when fish might feed opportunistically, especially around dawn and dusk. The general consensus among many seasoned anglers is that a rapidly waxing moon often correlates with increasing fish activity in the days to come, so this is just the beginning of that trend. Overall, the general activity for fish in Ireland on this day will be driven by their preparation for winter. Expect the predatory species to be quite active, while some others might be a bit more lethargic. Pike, in particular, will be in a strong feeding mode, making them a prime target. Lake-run trout will also be aggressive, but their locations might be more localized. So my overall assessment for the bite on November 21st, I'd give it a 1 good B rating, especially for our predatory species. The cooling water and pre-winter feeding urge are strong motivators. It won't be an easy fish every cast day, but with the right tactics and knowing where to look, you can absolutely find success. The bite will be good for pike and perch, while lake-run brown trout could offer a capricious but very rewarding experience. Just remember to adjust your retrieve to the colder water and focus on those key ambush points. There you have it, folks, my in-depth forecast for November 21st. I'm wishing you all tight lines and screaming reels. May your nets be heavy. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future forecasts and tips. And tell me, what are your plans for fishing this week? What's your go-to lure for late autumn pike? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. Until next time, friends, stay safe and happy fishing. No tail, no scales.